pretty amazing. And the big difference for me is the confidence. I don't hear people questioning Florida's elections.
One thing, and I don't know if this observation rings true for you, Dr. McClure, or you, Sam, that I'm just observing as I'm listening, is it looks like a lot of the reforms Florida has put through, Dr. McClure, with your advice and help, no doubt, if I have this right, it asks a lot actually of the voter, a lot more of the voter than we in Arizona ask of the voter here. And with the voter participation and the voter responsibility, very Madisonian, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
James Madison. It seems like there's a lot less room for error and a lot less room for government shenanigans. And am I picking up on a theme here? Does that sound right to both you and Dr. McClure?
Sounds right to me, Doctor.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The responsibility initially lies with the voter.
Yeah.
Okay. And his or her ability to request a mail-in ballot, to show up, to make sure it's returned by 7 o'clock. I think I said 7:30 previously, but it should have been 7 o'clock the day of the election. It is the role of the voter to do that. Very Madisonian, to your point. Once it's out of the voter's hands, however, there are still safeguards in place, whether they are online, electronic tabulation backed up by paper ballots, structured pre-canvassing. We talked about they're counting votes ahead of time, and you can watch it online as to whether yours has been set aside or whether yours has been actually counted. So they're processed early. And then, the whole idea of this accountability and transparency with this vote by mail. The other thing that we haven't really talked about that has happened in the state of Florida is voter roll cleanups.
Mm-hmm.
Each county is responsible for cleaning up their voter rolls by state statute to do that. Some have been better than others. Some have been compelled to do that. We have some problem children in our state. But having said that, voter roll cleanups are critically important. And you think about a state like Florida, we have demographically, we reflect the entire country. We're about, 20% Hispanic, 12 to 15% African American, rural, urban, military, retiree. You pick the demographic, it's here. You have 1,000 people moving here a day. You have 2 different time zones. You have an elderly population, so people are passing away at a different rate. So voter roll cleanups are incredibly important. And that's another component that we have added and have made really, really important to the state of Florida.
Remember college? Well, now, college is over. And here comes your student loan debt. Is your private student loan debt keeping you up at night? You really need to talk to YRefi. YRefi refinances distressed or defaulted private student loans that others won't touch. They can save you thousands of dollars and get you a custom payment that you can afford. And they don't care what your credit score is. Don't let private student loan debt ruin your life. Call YRefi today.